Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 15649 Southwest Peace Avenue here in Tigard, located at the front of the house. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front door of the home. We are almost dead straight out from the front door here. Got a 4-inch ABS clean out. We're checking the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running, and we'll zero out at the base of the base of the clean out. So I noticed just looking into here, we've already got something to deal with. Someone got concrete down the line. That stuff right there in the flow line is concrete. We'll revisit that here in a moment when we come back out. In fact, I'm hoping I can navigate through this thing. Yeah, at the very least, some hydrojetting is going to need to be done. Now, if it's just isolated the clean out like that, it's not a huge deal. That stuff can get busted free. In fact, there goes a piece of it right there. Luckily, because of the smooth nature of plastic, the concrete doesn't always adhere terribly well. But that's something that you're going to want to get cleared out of there, especially being close proximity to the front of the house. It's a spot where you don't want to get a blockage. This thing is just a sheer downhill water slide here. It's just diving like crazy. Got a little more concrete hung up here at the transition. Swapping over there to 4-inch 3034 PVC. So stuff like this honestly will float its way out to the main line. You just, before you move into the house, you want to make sure all this stuff is flushed out of the line. I don't want anything hanging up on it causing a blockage. And then here at the end, I will run backwards. From the looks of it, it looks like most of the concrete is just immediately at the base of the clean out, and really not much further beyond that. And there's the main there at about 30, we'll call it 39 feet. We're close enough. We're gonna go locate that really quick here while the pipe drains out. We'll take a second look at everything. So far, line itself, minus the concrete issue, appears to be in good shape. We'll get a better view here in a moment. Here, located the camera head successfully. Overall, the line runs pretty darn straight. If you drew an imaginary line from the clean out to the middle of the road, moving in a straight line away from the house, that's essentially the path the line takes. It obviously does some meandering around a little bit, but overall, that's basically the path we're moving at here. In fact, you've got a, in case you're really curious where your line's at, you have a curb stamp out here. You'll see an S stamped in the curb, kind of near the corner of the intersection. That S stands for sewer, and that's where your line crosses the curb into the street. So between the clean out and that stamp there, you can eyeball pretty nicely where the line's running. All right, 3034 PVC there, looks good. Clean. Joints look tight. Okay, let's see how much concrete's left over here. We're gonna run backwards for just a moment. As far back, or at least back to the foundation wall. Now the concrete's kind of preventing my camera from articulating back. There we go. Hey, got it that time. Alright, so yep, looks like the concrete is just immediately at the base of the clean out access. We're now going back towards the home here. Line next down to 3-inch pipe right here, and we are now back inside the house. Everything from this point on is all exposed piping in the crawl space. That's stuff that you don't need a camera for. Home inspector will see that with their eyeballs. Look for leaks and whatnot. Anyway, just recommend a cleaning on the sewer line here. Make sure all the concrete chunks are out of the pipe. By and large, again, most of it, at this rate, most of it is actually about the 6 to 8 inches of pipe going back toward the home. There is a little bit going away from the home there. And if you can get that stuff broken free and run a bathtub at full bore, I would probably let it run for about 20-30 minutes, but you could do that in some toilet flushes. My camera is able to baby that stuff through the line in conjunction with the water flow. So you may not need a full-on hydrojet, but that stuff needs to get blasted out of the pipe, especially being where it's located. That initial chunk there we just tried to go over is a good probably 3/4 to an inch tall, and it's jagged, and it will snag stuff as it comes through the line. So want to make sure that's gone. Otherwise, the line itself here all appears to be in good condition. You know, subtracting the concrete from the equation, all appears to have good flow and functioning properly at this time, assuming the concrete gets removed. As it sits right now, that's obviously hindering flow. So make sure a rescope is performed to double check and make sure all that stuff is gone from the sewer line. And if it's not me doing it, make sure that when that scope is done, someone's showing you the surrounding area, showing you the front door, the address, to ensure that it is indeed this house. These new construction neighborhoods get very busy. There's a lot of homes. Over my 13 years of doing this and the thousands of new homes I've done, it would not be the first time I've seen someone accidentally go clean the wrong house. So you just want to make sure that if someone else is scoping, they show you some surrounding landmarks to ensure that it's the right address.